Everyone, it's Deanna Coffin with the Working Woman Radio Show. Happy New Year. It's a blessing to be in the year of 2020. I wanted to give everybody a heads up about tonight's Working Woman Radio Show. This evening, I will be airing a podcast entitled The Top 10 Money Saving and Time Saving Must-Haves for the Working Woman. For instance, look at something called the Instapot. Now, the Instapot is all the rage from what I hear. Now, I have not personally used it, but I have friends who have used it, and they swear by it. It can cook a roast in a fraction of the time that a traditional oven would cook it in. So we're going to talk about recipes and things you can do with the Instapot. We're also going to come down here and talk about one of my favorite things, a crock pot. Now, this is something I have used on a number of occasions. I throw what I want to cook into the crock pot in the morning, and by the early afternoon, early evening, it's all ready for me to put a hot meal on the stove, from the crock pot onto the table. So we're going to talk about that. Now, some other things we're going to talk about is storage, storing food. That's a huge, big time saver. Being able to put food away for the next day, taking food with us to lunch. We're going to talk about ways to store food. Another thing that is a huge money saver is purchasing a good quality water bottle. Ditch all those water bottles from Walmart, buying all those bottles every week, and get yourself a good water bottle. That's one more thing we'll talk about. Cloth napkins. You might be wondering, how does a cloth napkin save me money? Well, it does. So listen in for that. Another important thing that we will talk about is organization. Organizing mail when it comes in the house. Where do you put it? What do you do with it? How do you get rid of it? So we're going to talk about some organizing tips. And then last but not least, we're going to talk about decluttering, getting rid of the things that you want to donate that need to get out of your house, buying a cheap little pop-up hamper thing, filling it up, and then transferring it to a plastic bag and getting it out the door. So these and more tips we'll talk about tonight on the Working Woman Radio Show at 6 o'clock. Again, tune in to www.theultimatechristianpodcast.com. Click on the Working Woman Radio Show icon and listen in. And don't forget to like, share, and download. We'll see you this evening on the Working Woman Radio Show.